Okay then, coming back to the next topic, MongoDB charts. Before we dig into MongoDB charts, let's talk about data visualization in a general and why it is important. It is to find actionable insights faster than more easily. Charts can help you quickly spot trends or signals within the noise. It visualized insights help you make better decisions quicker and inform you where you need to dive deeper. And embedding charts in a blog post and article creates more compelling story, and interactive data in apps has become the new norms for engaged users. Okay, so these are the multiple options available for our customer to do analysis on the MongoDB data depending on their use cases, role, and consumption mechanism. For developers building highly customized analytics application, MongoDB aggregation framework in conjunction with third-party libraries for statistics, machine learning, or visualization is a good choice. The trade-off here is you need to have a developer resource available to build and maintain custom analytics code, as well as the level of effort and investment into custom solutions. And next is the data engineer and IT operations who build and maintain the enterprise data warehouse, typically for the use of third-party ETL tools such as Tableau to transfer MongoDB data and merge it with the other data sources. Analysts then use third-party visualization tools on this summarized cleansed data to build enterprise-level report and dashboards. While this pattern still exists, the volume and variety of this speed with a data changing is making less efficient, and it is cost effective and agile, forcing customer to look for solutions that accurate their speed to insight. Another way to surface the MongoDB data to the traditional BI tools without data movement or duplication and ETL is through MongoDB connector for the BI. Nothing changed for the data analyst. They still access MongoDB data through their familiar business intelligence tools. However, MongoDB data stays in place and BI connector transfer queries necessary power traditional reports and dashboard into MongoDB query language and aggregation under the covers. This is still a good solution for those customers who have heavily invested into traditional BI tools such as Tableau and have many analysts who are happy power users of these particular tools. And next comes MongoDB Charts is relatively new addition to the MongoDB analytics ecosystems. It is natively supports the richness of document model, including the nested and hierarchical data. This means no more flattering subdocument and arrays into tabular structure, just like needed by the other traditional BI tools. MongoDB chart makes data manipulation user-friendly by presenting operation that makes sense for each data type, so even non-technical analysts can use it. It also serves developers who build rich and intelligent application by enabling application embedding the charts. Data visualization goal often span inside, out, and outside the organization also. From sharing the data with others, thus empowering a data culture, creating those visualization with a low effort. These are the main two options, a BI tool or a visualization library. And while there are great options, both have their own challenges. The best way to visualize is the MongoDB data is the MongoDB charts. It is fast to visualize your data. It's easy to get started and share data. And chart is powerful to create engaged data experience that driven actionable insights for the internal and external users. Okay then, let's move to the demo part. In order to see the chart in a real action, we should have an Atlas cluster that we have already created. Here, Atlas and Realm, and then we have a tab called Charts. I will be clicking on the Charts tab. It will take me to the Charts window. Yeah. So once I'm in the charts window, I have to first create a dashboard. I can name it as anything. So I will be naming this dashboard as movie dashboard. And I can write a description about for the dashboard, that is like dashboard for movies collection. Okay. So now I have my dashboard ready. This might take some time. Yes. So now I'm in a movie dashboard, and in that, like, before where we had this create a dashboard, in the data source you can add the data source that all the databases that you want. So I have already added two data sources, that is one db1 mytab and second one is the movies database. Okay, let's add restaurant collection in that. Let's say restaurant, yeah, sample restaurant database and restaurant data source. Okay, so now we can go back to the dashboard, movies dashboard. In this, I can start creating the charts. For that, I will be click on add chart button, and then I will be selecting the particular data source. For this, I will be selecting movies as a data source here. So once I select the data source, it will list out all the columns, all the columns in that particular collection displayed in the left hand side. And the next window here you can see is the chart type. There are multiple types of the charts available: bar chart, column chart, and we have a circular, that is a donuts, and text charts, and then we have a geospatial charts. So for now I will be selecting the column charts, and in that I will be for the X category I will be selecting the directors. So once I selected the director's name, I will be doing the unwinding array, because this is an array field. As you can see here, it is showing as a square bracket. And for the Y column I will be selecting award win, so that is a number. Okay, so once I selected that, I can see my chart is getting loaded. You can see there are, this will be the list of the directors that have awarded won how many number of awards. So for that, it is not visible that much. So I will be reducing the results to the 25. So this will display only top 25 award win directors in a descending order. You can see all the directors listed here. So for now I want to see only the Hindi movie directors. For that, in the filter section I can load the languages and I can select Hindi. So once I selected only Hindi, I can see that. But I want to see, based on the genre, how many awards he has won. Like, let's say how many awards he won for the comedy, how many awards he won for the drama, or how many awards he won for the war related movies. So for that, in this section we have a categories. We can do it a series category, and then I will be selecting the genres in that particular series. As genres is an array, I will be unwinding the array, and then here it will be showing. So Sanjay Leela Bansani is, it is showing, so it is not visible properly, so I'll be doing the stacked. So now I can see Sanjay Leela Bansali has won like nearly 91 for the romance, and 114 for the musical, and 100 for the drama, and 29 for the comedy. So same way, like Lovely Tandon also, like 161 for the romance, and then 161 for the drama. That is like every movie, like we have categorized as a, you know, different genres. Like one movie can be added in a multiple genres, so based on that it has been calculated. So I have my charts ready. I want to save this particular chart. Here I can save it, something like a top 25 award winning directors Hindi, and then I can click save and close. So this will be saved in the dashboard. So when the dashboard is filled, like I can, drag it anywhere. I can put it, like I can organize it, and I can minimize it, or I can, like however I want, I can make it a visible. By default it will be refreshed every hour, like every hour, like when your data is inserted, it will be keep on refreshing. If you want to refresh the data at now itself, you can click on the force refresh button, and then you can refresh the your data with the updated chart. Okay, and then if you want, you can edit it anytime, like by clicking the edit chart button. And then if you want to make any changes, let's say, and instead of Hindi, I want to change, like I want to delete it, and I want to add country. Yeah, country here, and I want to select India. So that will be saved, and India. So, and then I can click on the save and close. There is no limit for how many charts that you should select. So we can create another chart. So in this, let's see movie length for a decade. Okay, so for that I have to choose my data source. It will be loading all the columns again, and then in the x-axis, like we will be decade, per decade we want to see the movie length. For that we can select x-axis in a year. Yes, year. It should be column. Okay, so when I created when I selected the year, yeah, I am binding it as a 10 per size, and for the y-axis I want a runtime, and here I will be selecting the mean. You can see, and then we will be having a filter for same runtime, and I can select a min at least 1 minute longer, and then it can be visible here. So we can analyze something like a for 1910 to 1920 there was a runtime of 84, and then for every decade. So this I will be naming it as a movie runtime per decade, and then I can click save and close it. Okay, so my another chart is ready. Okay, let's create another chart. Before that, I would like to introduce one more feature, that is embedding chart. Okay, so this is not available for the sample databases. So we will be creating another chart with a different data source that is not the sample database. Okay, so for this, like something like I will be creating a sample graph. Let's say in the x-axis we will be having again like a column, and in the x-axis we will be having the age, and in the y-axis we will be having a language score. So we will be selecting the count. Maybe count might be much more, so let's take a mean. Okay, so this is a sample graph that we can see here, and we can say his language score based on the age and for particular grade here. So this will be giving us the series wise result. We can see grade A for 0 to 10 age is taken by nearly 53.17%, 53.17 people, and B grade taken by 0 to 10 age like 51.86, and this is a 30 to 40 grade E taken by 50.15 people, like that. So this will be I will be renaming this graph, sorry, this particular graph as a grade series per age group, and then I will be saving it, and then I can click save and exit. So this will be creating a graph in the dashboard, and then what I'll be doing, I will be taking this, yes, I will be taking this embed chart. I will be using as unauthenticated only. Yes. And then here I will be getting the iframe code where I can embed this in the my any of the web page. So for now, what I will be doing is like I will be just copying this particular embed shard in the my web page where I have created the Atlas search. I can copy this iframe ID, and then in my HTML page, yes, after a value, I can, just paste this iframe ID. So here only I will be pasting my iframe value. So I'll be just using the same code here, and I will be closing my iframe here. Okay, I guess this is already having the double quotes. It might not be using the double quotes, so I'm using the single quotes here, and my value is saved here. I'll be just cut this value, and yes, and I can save it. So I have to start from this page using an npx serve. So my front end will be running in this particular URL. Yes. So let's search for the any movie called Pirates of Caribbean. And I can see my chart is loading the data here. It might not be related to this particular movie. I just wanted to show you like how we can embed the charts in our web application based on the data, and you can also pass the data to your chart so that it can yield a particular particular graph for you. So this is how you can use MongoDB charts for your application, and then you can make a better use of it. So now I'll be open the forum to accept any questions.